I'm sure you have seen the YouTube video of the reverse bicycling. What does it talk about? It talks about unlearning. Why it's hard to unlearn. We'll find out. Now, there are so many reasons that unlearning is very hard, but I'm going to focus on something very unique today, which is called perceptual defense. Now, what is perceptual defense? So, according to psychology, what happens when we don't like something, or we don't something that triggers pain, or something that triggers disbelief, which does not go according to our belief system, we choose to ignore them. So, perception is what? Perception is the creation of an image by the brain through the different stimuli. So we are seeing something. So while you are watching this video, you are seeing something through your eyes, through your vision, right? You're hearing this from your auditory senses, right? You're feeling and everything, and then according to your belief system, according to your experience, according to your mindset, you are creating an image of this, whatever the conversation that we are doing right now. Now, if it is against your belief system, whatever I'm saying, if you do not believe in psychology, for example, whatever I'm saying, you will just ignore it. You will not even pay attention to it, because your perceptual defense will kicks in. The perceptual defense kicks in and it tells you not to attend to the stimuli. And this is exactly what happens when we are unlearning, because we do not believe in that new thing. If you go and talk about Agile, if you do go and talk about Scrum at the beginning, that's not in their belief system. So what will happen? The perceptual defense kicks in and they will not be attentive to what you are saying, because they do not believe in it, and that's natural. So no matter how many times you go for the training, no matter how many times you tell them, no matter how many times you go and enforce things on them, they will ignore it. And that's natural, because that's how human works. So what you should do in that case, you might say, hey, if the perceptual defense is so strong, why should I go and invest my energy? That's where things can turn around. Listen to me. So, what happens? How do we change the perceptual defense? Now, for example, I have a problem with certain things. For example, I have a trauma with horses. So, in childhood, maybe I fell from a horse and it caused me pain, and I have a perceptual defense against horses, just for an example, right? So whenever I will hear riding a horse, I'll just ignore it. Okay, no, I will not even pay attention to it. Now, if the if we keep talking about at certain point of time, I will decrease the level of threshold and I'll start putting some attention to it. Okay, so riding a horse, maybe it's not too dangerous. Maybe it was born of accident. Maybe I should more study about it. Maybe I should see how others are doing. Maybe let's watch some videos. So what I'm doing, so when we have a perceptual defense, we increase our threshold so that we do not attend to those stimuli. When we talk about it, we create an environment of safety. When we keep talking about it, when we try different approaches, what will happen? We'll start decreasing our threshold. And at certain point of time, maybe or may not be, but we can reach a stage is called perceptual vigilance. Now, the vigilance state is a state where you have reduced your threshold to the minimum, and that's where you can be very attentive to those stimuli, to the information. You can grab it and you can process it. So while we are unlearning, our belief system discards those in new information. But slowly, when we're in the environment, when we are being coached, when you're being trained, when you are being talking about this many times, we're creating an environment of safety, what happens? The threshold reduces and unlearning starts. But it's very hard to kick in the unlearning, but slowly as we move ahead, it slowly the threshold comes down and we become even more attentive. Then we become interested. Then the entire perception kicks in, right? And we become invested in that change, and we keep working for that. So we may not be able to reach to the perception of vigilance. That's okay, that's fine, but we need to reduce that perceptual defense system in other people. So while we are learning, be patient, be with the people, create a safety environment, help them, coach them. Do not try to convince them, because you cannot convince, because they are already in a perceptual defense mechanism, and it's very hard to convince people, right? I mean, it's something that a coach should not do. You should not go and convince people that, hey, this is the best way. That's not a coach's job, right? So your job would be to facilitate the environment in which the person or the team understands what is best for them at that point of time, and then they take that route. So they can only understand what is right for them when they are neutral, when they do not have a baggage, when they do not create a perceptual defense against a new learning, right? And that's how you do it. That's how you reduce the threshold, so that they are open to new things, they're open to learning, and they'll experiment, they'll learn, they'll keep improving this way. I hope this made sense, and I hope this would help you while coaching and training. So if you like the content, please like and subscribe and put your comments down below, and I will see you soon.